Okay, this is going to be a Sirus kill with no deaths. It's only Awakener level 4. This is about as easy as the guy gets. My build does not do a lot of damage, so you get the privilege of just seeing the fight go on and on and on, just so you can kind of see the movements and stuff. So let's just get started. Gonna go through the door outside. I like to go through the top walls here, just to kind of get around. You don't have to get right underneath Sirus to pull him down. Now, when you fight Sirus, you're going to actually be fighting him on the ground, but also you have to be very mindful of his avatar's attacks, which you'll see is just a lot of ground damage you have to avoid. Sirus moves around a lot in this fight. I also recommend moving around a lot in this fight. Just never want to stay in one spot for too long. You'll see that I almost never, if at all, get hit by the avatar's damage that he throws down on the ground. I'm keeping a mindful eye of that the whole time. While I'm damaging Sirus, he doesn't really do a whole lot in the first few phases, so he's usually just throwing out his little hand beam at you, which you can just, strafe out of the way of every few seconds. That's going to be your autopilot. So you're just damaging Sirus, not paying too much attention to him for the first part. And the whole other time, aside from just using movement skill or moving around, you're kind of just looking at the ground to see where his avatar is painting to do a rain of stars or whatever it might be. If you get hit by Sirus's avatar, it might be enough to just completely one-shot you, or at least take you low and then you get hit by something else. This is not a fight that you want to die and have to come back into. It's very difficult to resume this fight. Sirus himself completely resets whatever phase he was in when you died. So it's almost like adding a whole extra round to the fight, if not more. I've seen it repeat the same phase like once or twice even. It's very annoying. You want to do everything you can to not die, unlike Sirus's suggestion. So this is going to be the actual phase now into phase 2. So when we came in, we fought him for just an introductory. He goes up into the sky. You get out of the way. You just let these giant balls show up. And these balls are going to move away from you. At least the one that he summons in is going to start moving away from you. So you want to make it such that your character kind of pushes that ball away. So they'll just move away from you. So as long as you are maneuvering yourself relative to Sirus where you want to get him down again, the ball's going to move away. This is phase 2. I don't know if it has any extra phases that phase 1 didn't have, but you'll notice here this maze has an extra ring to it. So in phase 1, it's just one exit. Phase 2, there's 2 rings, so you have to loop around twice to get out. In phase 3, which is the last phase, you're going to notice there's going to be 3 rings. So as you're exiting the first and maybe even second ring, you want to be looking around to where that third exit is. You always want to know what route you have to take to get out before you go to take it. Otherwise, you might realize you went the wrong way, you stop, you backtrack. You might not have enough time to survive that. So you really have to, at a glance, see where the exits are and head straight for them. Once you're outside, he'll call down the meteor and you're fine. If you're still inside when the meteor comes down, it'll one-shot you. So, again, really don't want that. There's nothing you can do to prevent being killed in that scenario. So here I'm dodging the Fury of the Cosmos. I'm going to head back in. I want to push that ball away from him, so I see that this is the better angle to be at. So we're going to pull him down. This is going to be the last phase. Last phase has actually quite a few extra attacks. He has his massive die beam, which will one-shot you if you don't get out of the way of it. You'll see the 3 exit crater here. He's also got the carousel. There's going to be 4. Here it is right here. So there's 4 versions of him. One of them's going to glow when he first teleports to a position. That's going to be the one that you have to DPS. So rewind this video and watch that again to see what you're looking for. He'll also do the encircling of you with all the images of him. One of them in there is the real one. The rest are all fake, and he'll do a massive beam from the real one. Hopefully you've got a position where you can kind of just go in any direction if you absolutely had to. This fight is kind of crappy where you see these large balls right around here. Sometimes you're right at the side for the carousel there. It's not great. I got lucky here. He's doing these like right in the middle of the open. It's nice and comfortable. For the what I call the carousel anyway, the 4 beams that circle around here, you cannot get hit by those. You can live, but it's going to slow you for like 8 seconds to put a big degen on you. Sirus is going to have a pretty easy time at throwing something else at you while you're trying to walk that off. And still keep dodging those beams. So use a use a movement skill to get through them. Always position yourself so you're not in a bad position to get hit by those beams. Also, what I would say for this last phase, always keep Sirus on your screen as best you can. He's going to teleport away right here and do dive beam. That's what he always does. It's just, he'll disappear, you don't know where he is, you'll hear die, you don't know where it's coming from, and he'll clip you with it. So be very aggressive at staying on his ass and face.
Space is the place!
You want to know where he is, where he went to, and you have to anticipate those movements. He's going to move around a lot, and you really just have to chase him down. Anticipate that he's going to blink away, and anticipate where that's going to be, and then get there. Such that when he says die and does his huge beam, you can easily strafe around to the side or behind him. When he's doing the die beam is like a really good opportunity to DPS him down. Because it locks his animation for about 3 seconds and he's not going to move while he's doing that. So if you can get ahead of that and in position before he does it, such that he's beaming at a location that you're no longer even at, you've got a nice window of about 3 seconds to actually DPS him. So again, watch through the video again. Feel free to pause it or see things that maybe you didn't see the first time. All of his attack patterns are in this video, so try and learn them as best you can, and hopefully you can take that into your own attempts such that you're not dying and then having to get back into this fight. Again, it's really easy to burn through 6 portals trying to just get a grip on being in control of this fight, because it's very fast paced, it's very chaotic. Once you've learned all of his movements and all of his abilities, you can autopilot through this fight without having to panic too much. So again, just watch the video a couple times, see what you can memorize from that, and take that into your own attempts, and hopefully you don't have to spawn this guy 5-6 times before you finally kill him, because that in itself is just a big hassle and time commitment just to get to the fight. So
Space is the place!
hope you can kill him. Good luck.